6.0, approval of minutes. 6.1, do I have a motion to approve the regular session minutes from August 31st, 2020?
So
So
moved.
moved. Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Aye.
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 Anyone against? All right, motion carries. 7.0, items from staff organizations. Do we have anybody from the Lancaster Administrative and Supervisor Association?
Yes, no item, Mr. Sage.
Thank you, Mr. Marchioli. Anyone from the Lancaster Central Teachers Association?
Yep, good evening. Just wanted to take a second and welcome all of our students back in whatever capacity that we have them, whether remote, hybrid. It's great to be back in our classrooms and teaching our kids. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Abraham. All right, do we have anybody from the Lancaster Association of Service Personnel? And anyone from the Lancaster Association of Substitute Teachers? All right, we'll move on to 8.0, board reports. Do any of the board members have any reports to mention?
Mr. Sage,
Yes, Mr. Utag.
I just wanted to report to the board that I attended both the FORT training through NISBA and also the new board member training through the Erie County Association of School Boards. In the past month or so, there was 2 trainings. So just letting the board know. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Mr. Utag. All right, moving on to 9.0, Superintendent's Administrative Report. Dr. Valley?
Yeah, I just wanted to report on a couple of things. I've been calling this ride we've been on the last 7 months the Corona Coaster. And the Corona Coaster has its ups and it has its downs and it has its highs and it has its lows. And I think we all know it's going to be a bumpy ride all the way to the very end. And that's whenever it ends. From the big picture view is that here in Lancaster Central School District, we've had many more ups than downs. Definitely a high so far on the Corona Coaster was the phenomenal opening that this whole team put together. And when I say whole team, I'm talking about everyone here in the Lancaster Central School District and community. Teachers, parents, administration, students, bus drivers, food service workers, aides, secretaries, cleaners, everyone. I'm so proud of everyone and you all. People will never truly understand what a team effort it truly was to overcome this monumental task. I do, and I wanted to say thank you to everyone. Let's keep going, though. We got much more work to do. More specifically, what a phenomenal effort with scheduling. The largest high school in Western New York, middle school, William Street, 4 K-3 buildings, almost 6,000 students in hybrid schedules with A days and B days we've never done before. Remote options that we've never done before. On a good year with no coronavirus, if we can get 90% of our students into the classes they desire, it's a good year. We got there with all these variables, and it's because of the hard work and effort of our principals and our counselors who worked every single day and over the weekend on Labor Day to get it done. Unbelievable work. I visited all the schools last week at K-3s, Mrs. Marcinelli, Mrs. Kleinert, Mrs. Moeller, and Mrs. Green, and all the teachers and staff outside greeting our youngest learners. It was heartwarming and inspiring. They were just bursting with positivity and welcoming behaviors. I was at William Street, and Jackie Bull, Greg Hare, Stacy Conti were greeting students off the buses, while the whole entire 4th grade team of teachers had signs in their hands and with their names on them. It was great organization and just a great, fantastic job. Lancaster Middle School and High School successfully welcomed over 2,700 students. It was great to get a successful week under our belts. Buildings and grounds not only had our buildings sparkling, but had the added tasks of hydroponic sprayers in every classroom, PP ordering, building cleaning protocols, thermal temperature scanners spread about throughout every school, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I can't say enough about all their work getting our schools ready. Transportation, wonderful planning and preparation of Corona busing, complete with masks and bus stops and students spread out in ways that are safe to bring learners from their homes and neighborhoods to our schools. It was rewarding and uplifting to see bus drivers honking horns and waving at schools and teachers as they drove in. It was really nice. Spirit and attitude was high, and it was a testament to everyone in the transportation department, especially Judy Feldmeyer, who led that group. Technology, in very short order, our technology team, with the help of administration, teachers, and staff throughout the district, led a one-to-one Chromebook initiative, which normally would have been big news, but not so much in this Corona environment we're in. Thanks to all that organized and worked on curriculum committees, pacing guides, and all the major communication pieces district-wide, not to mention hiring committees for principals, assistant principals, teachers, support staff, etc. Thank you to the food service department, who continued right where they left off this summer, doing a yeoman's job of providing food to our children. And thanks to our special education department, teachers, and aides who have been navigating the waters for our 850 special education students and their individual education plans. Phenomenal job. Overall, it's been a tremendous lift and undertaking to get this big school district moving again, and overall, I'm very proud of where we are after 5 days. So thank you to all of you for fulfilling our mission. It would be disingenuous of me and insincere to only speak about the highs of the Corona coaster. There have been lows, and we are not perfect. We're not able to be perfect in every single way and in all aspects moving forward in uncharted waters of a pandemic. Not every bus was on time, not every Chromebook worked, or was it able to be picked up by parents during our distribution days. Not every student could get every course they desired. Our daily health assessment, RUVNA, had a one-day hiccup as nationwide hundreds of thousands of parents across the nation hit their server all at once. But we're up and running, and there's way more good than bad. And together we'll continue to do our best to improve along the way. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Valley. All right, we'll move on to 10.0, old business. Does anybody have any old business to discuss? All right, 11.0, new business. 11.1, personnel items. 11.1.1, amend the assistant principal start date. Do I have a motion to amend the start date for the assistant principal?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
All right. Motion carries. 11.1.2, personnel changes. Can I have a motion to approve the personnel changes?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anyone against? Motion carries. On to 11.2, education items. 11.2.1, do I have a motion to approve the Committee on Special Education?
So moved. Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Aye. Anyone against? Motion carries. 11.2.2, do I have a motion to approve the Committee on Preschool Special Education?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anyone against? Motion carries. On to 12.0, business and financial items. 12.1, do I have a motion to approve the financial items?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anyone against? Motion carries. We're going to lump in together with no objection 12.2, 12.3, 12.4, 5, 6, and 12.7. These are all policy adoptions. Policy 7511, the immunization of students. Policy 5681, the school safety plans. Policy 8241, patriotism, citizenship, and human rights education. Policy 6215, probation and tenure. Policy 7240, student records, access and challenge, and policy 6550, leaves of absence. Do I have a motion to approve each of those policy adoptions?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone against? Motion carries. 12.8 is a tax certiorari for Dirkovitz. Do I have a motion to approve the tax certiorari?
So moved.
Second.
All right, I think we had a motion and a second. Can you confirm that, Mrs.?
Myself and then Jill.
Okay, thank you.
That was a very low energy second by Jill.
Oh, sorry. Yes, please. Tax certiorari.
All right. Any comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone against? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve the food service monthly report dated July 2020?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anyone against? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve the construction change orders? This is 12.10.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anyone against? All right, 12.11. Do I have a motion to approve the contract for sports rehab?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone against? Motion carries. 12.12, do I have a motion for the revised contract with Erie One BOCES?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone against? Motion carries. All right, on to 13.0. We've got a public hearing. Any person who notified the district clerk per policy 1514 may speak at this time. Speakers must be first recognized by the president and identify themselves by stating their name and address. The time limit to speak will be 5 minutes per person. We won't be responding, but no, we are listening and taking seriously what you have to say. First up, we have Wendy Evenhouse. Is Wendy on the Zoom?
I am. I'm right here. My name is
All right, go ahead.
My name is Wendy Evenhouse, and I live at 10 Impala Parkway. And what I thank you for letting me speak tonight. My concern is with the choices of remote and hybrid and the differences. I chose to keep my children home for remote learning due to the fact of health reasons for all three of them. I have 2 at the high school and 1 at the middle school, and 2 that have already graduated. I feel that my children in the high school have been slighted. Their opportunities to learn because of the classes that are not being offered to them, but are being offered to the hybrid children. I feel like, and it was mentioned today, that it's almost like 2 different schools, the remote school and the hybrid school. And this is one district. Taxes go into 1 school, not into 2. The choices, like my daughter, who's a senior this year, has worked 3 years towards graduating with the honors from the Academy of Finance and also the honors from the World Connection language program. She is not going to be able to take those, to have those honors due to the fact that the courses are not being offered for her now, but for the remote learners. And with her language class, she took that during the summer started it during the summer, did assignments all summer for that course, and then now is not able to be taking that. My worry is not only with the remote students, but the hybrid students, because I know a lot of them are being moved around and not receiving what they thought they were going to be receiving either. Some classes are only having in hybrid. There's classes with only a few students in it one day, and maybe a few more the next day. My understanding is that the remote students cannot be added into those courses by Google Classroom because the cameras are not allowed in all classrooms. Although some of the teachers are doing that. Some courses are being offered by the teachers to add the students in. I spoke with Mr. Marchioli today and last week, and he has gotten back to me today on the fact that my daughter, for 2 of the AP courses that she needs, she will not get credit for those courses in high school, but the teachers are willing to give out the materials for her to challenge the exams. I would prefer to see those on her transcripts, that she actually took the courses, and she would be able to do an independent study. But I'm being told she can't be added into those classes where she can even do an independent study and just speak with the teacher once a week to connect with them. Other than that, I think I've pretty much covered everything, all my concerns. I know that there's also, for my son, the remote learners are for the freshman class. There's several courses that freshmen would need to take, and they're all being offered the same exact period. So they're not able to take those courses. Some of them are prereqs for the academies, and they are other courses that the students actually need to graduate. So that's another concern. And Mrs. Adamak is supposedly working on that for me to figure it out, to see if those courses, the classes can be changed period-wise so that all the freshman students can take. Other than that, I think I've said it all. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mrs. Evenhouse. And then we have Kaila Evenhouse would like to speak as well.
Yeah, I'm Kaila Evenhouse. I live at 10 Impala Parkway. Okay, so I'm just gonna start off by saying that as all of my teachers have told me that we are supposed to prioritize mental health and like our safety right now. And in that time, I have not seen that my mental health is being put first. I chose to stay home for my safety and health. And that is being taken away from me because I do not have the same opportunities as other students do that are going to school, which is unequal. There's a difference between unequal and unfair, but it is unequal because all students should have the same opportunities since we all go to the same school, same district. We're one Lancaster, not 2 schools. I have worked super hard to accomplish all my goals within the first 3 years of my year of school to graduate. And I would have graduated with an advanced Regents diploma, Academy Finance, and World Language Connection program. That is being taken away from me because I cannot be in 2 classes. And I've asked multiple people if I could do a independent study that I'm not allowed to do, but I'm allowed to do for other classes for the Academy of Finance, which just does not make sense. If I can do it for one class, but not for another. Then it comes to the whole camera thing where we're told we can't have cameras in school, yet some classes will have a Google Meet going on while having students in the classroom and will teach both at the same time. Yet that can't be done for other classes, which just does not make sense. That's unfair right there, unequal. I spent the first 3 years of schooling doing all of my graduation requirements so that senior year I could do my prereqs for college. This was all planned freshman year. It's now senior year and that's being taken away from me because I'm not allowed to take AP Psych. Which I'd be fine if I could independently study it, but I want the credit for it if I have to do it. We're all getting the same credit. If everybody can take it in school, I should be able to take it remotely. All the same opportunities. as my mother said, we all should have fair opportunities. I worked through the summer on my AP Spanish project, so I started the course, but I'm not allowed to finish it, which is unequal. Many other people that I know of, I've talked to many people with like Spanish 4, French 4. They started their project, they worked several hours on them. That's a lot of stress and time to not be able to take the class. And we're supposed to prioritize mental health. And that's just a problem because mental health is not being prioritized. After letting kids work that long, right after school, knowing that they're not going to offer it to remote students. And even though we're in a pandemic, I know that's difficult, and I'm not asking you guys to be perfect, but we should be thinking about all of our education equally. We should all have the same opportunities. If it's offered to one person, it should be offered to everyone, not just hybrid or remote. It should be offered to all of us. Okay, I think I said everything I should. Thank you for your time.
And thank you, Ms. Evenhouse. All right, so we do have an executive session tonight to meet with our district attorney. 414.0, can I have a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anyone against? All right, motion carries. So this effectively ends the meeting. So we will be in executive session. And then the next regular meeting is October 5th, 2020. And we will post details on how that meeting will be presented. All right, thank you, everyone. And we'll go into executive session.